So you want to build a real professional grade app with AI, right? But man, it feels more complicated than ever. The tools are changing literally every single day, and it's tough to know where to even begin. In this explainer, we're going to cut through all that noise and get some clarity. So where do you even start on a serious project? You've got all these platforms promising you the world from just a single prompt. But here's the thing. The right answer, the best tool for you, really depends on what you're trying to do.
Okay, to really get a handle on this, let's try something. We're going to use a simple but really powerful metaphor, building a house. Trust me, this is going to help us understand the huge differences between the main approaches out there right now.
All right, first up, let's look at 3 different blueprints for getting this thing built. Each one represents a completely different philosophy on how to construct your digital home.
So think about it. You could go for something like a pre-furnished apartment, totally move-in ready. Or you could get a prefab house kit that you put together yourself. Both get you a roof over your head, right? But the amount of ownership and flexibility you have, totally different worlds.
Okay, so first up is base 44. This is a lot like telling a landlord exactly what you want, and boom, they just hand you the keys to a furnished apartment. It's incredibly fast, you can move right in, everything works. But here's the catch. You're living in their building. You don't own the structure. You can't just decide to knock down a wall. Then you've got Lovable. This is more like ordering one of those prefab house kits. They send you the blueprint, all the materials, step-by-step instructions. The big difference? You assemble it on your land, so you own it. It's definitely more flexible than the apartment, but you are still starting from a standard, predefined design.
But what if that's not enough? What if a standard design just won't cut it for you? What if you want to build something totally 100% unique? Well, that brings us to a whole different level of control, and this quote says it all.
And that, my friends, brings us to Replit. Now, Replit isn't building you a house. No way. Replit is giving you a fully stocked top-of-the-line workshop. You get all the power tools, the best materials you can imagine, even a smart assistant who knows how to use everything. You have complete freedom to build whatever you want, from a tiny cabin to a massive skyscraper. But with all that freedom comes total responsibility for every single nail and board.
Okay, so we've got the apartment, the prefab kit, and the dream workshop. But what if there's a totally different way to think about this? A fourth option, not just a way to build, but an intelligent partner that actually manages the entire project from start to finish and beyond. And that's where Agiloop comes in. Now, try not to think of Agiloop as just another tool. Think of it as a super smart architectural firm. It doesn't just build your house. It works with you to design it, then it builds it, then it measures how people actually use it, and then it uses that real data to make the house better over time. So how does it do all that? Well, this is the secret sauce right here. It all runs on a continuous 4-phase intelligent loop. Invent, implement, inspect, and iterate. This is not a straight line from start to finish. It's a cycle of constant learning and getting better. Everything kicks off with invent. This is the strategic architect phase. And it's not just asking, hey, what do you want to build? It's digging deeper, asking, what problem are we really solving here? And who are we solving it for? This is where your big idea gets turned into a rock-solid blueprint with clear success metrics and cost estimates. All right, blueprint's locked in. Now we move to implement. This is your construction team, completely orchestrated by AI. It takes those super detailed plans from the invent phase and just builds the system, exactly as specified. There's no guesswork, no features held together with digital duct tape, just solid construction that perfectly matches the plan. Okay, so the house is built, it looks great, but is anyone actually hanging out in the living room? Is the kitchen always empty? That's what the inspect phase is all about. It's like installing smart sensors all over the building to see how it's really being used, and then comparing that data to the goals we set way back in the beginning. And this, right here, is what closes the loop and makes the whole thing so powerful. Iterate. This is the optimization engine. It looks at all that data from the sensors and says, hey, looks like nobody's using this room, let's propose a change. Or, wow, this new patio is a huge hit, let's expand it. It then feeds all those data-driven insights right back into the plan. So the building literally gets smarter and better over time. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. Let's put all 4 of these side by side so you can see exactly how they stack up. It should make the choice crystal clear. Okay, let's break it down real quick. You've got base 44, move into someone else's building. Super fast, but you don't own it. Lovable,
The prefab house. You own it for sure, but you're starting with a standard template. Replit. The workshop. You get total freedom, but also total responsibility. And then you have Agiloop, the smart farm. It's all about continuous intelligent evolution. It's really in its own category. This quote really nails the core difference here. Most AI tools out there, they're just helping you build something. They're the hammers, the power saws. Agiloop is the whole system, from the strategic blueprint to the professional construction to measuring success and then improving it again and again. So, as we wrap this up, the big takeaway isn't just about what you're going to build today. The real question is, how do you build something that adapts, that evolves, that actually learns and gets smarter all on its own tomorrow? How do you build something that learns?